Hello Autobots and Decepticons! My name is SoMungry and I'd like to welcome you guys to a game of Countdown to Extinction with Optimus's first lieutenant, Jazz. Booyah for Jazz, because Jazz is one slick, pesky scout, and by pesky, I tend to be the most pesky person on the battlefield whenever I play a scout, which isn't too often. And when I kind of was looking over gameplays to use for a scout commentary, I was like, which one can I use? And I watched like 5 to 10 of them, and I'm like, wow, watching the scout is just not as exhilarating as watching the scientist. But so be it, you have to play them a little bit different. You're not as much as intense on attack mode the entire time. You're more line them up, knock them down like a good bowler would, always throwing the perfect strike and never getting that split. Unless you split them between the eyes, just like I did there with Jazz. And then here I pull a little sneaky maneuver to get that bomb, kind of like Ace Ventura's landlord, Ventura. And that's probably a terrible impression, but I have only one thing to say after that. Alrighty then. Can I offer you some Bumblebee tuna? Or maybe some Jazz tuna? Oh boy. I feel like a Luhu Zerher. I'm sorry, I just love that movie. Ace Ventura, the original pet detective, and when nature calls, you gotta see him. And I got taken down there, but I did get a 5 kill streak, which is pretty awesome. And that time, I'm throwing an EMP in Onslaught's face, being like, hey, can you open this? And then boom, he opens it for us, and right all over both of us, we get hit. But that's okay, we got the replant. I believe I got it planted in that mess of EMP explosions somehow. Yes, I did. And sayonara, teammates, along with evil Decepticons. Thank you for the 3 kill streak that I seem to not have got credit for on the little D-pad kill streak button, but that's okay. Kill streaks, Jazz's least worry, more or less worrying about Slipstream with the bomb, hopping over him like a hurdle. But we got her number just as much as we have every Decepticon's number, unless it were Megatron and Michael Bay controlling them. Then we might see our body ripped in half and torn to bits like an evil can opener. But we're not satisfied with that, so we take out Shockwave like it ain't no thing, right in the Cyclops eye. No chance for Shockwave. And Slipstream, we're going to be a little bit more nice to her. We're going to shoot all around her head, being like, you know what, get out of here before I kill you. But now she tested me, and she's a goner. So that's a nice little 7 kill streak. And Shockwave always comes back for revenge. What kind of evil scientist would he be without that? He would not be able to stand up to his partner, Pinky or the Brain. Most likely the Brain, because Pinky I don't think would make the best sort of plans. But you never know. Sometimes Pinky could come out and just own. And I'm not sure if that's an understatement or an overstatement for Pinky, because he is a beast of a rodent, and Jazz just as pesky as those rodents, I tell ya. And then here is my awful demonstration of how not to stand around and snipe. Never do that as a scout. Use your speed to your advantage. I prefer the kind of dash back and forth, use the quick scope or the no scope with the null ray if I'm going to use the null ray. And the null ray is a strong gun, and it's fun to use. I really enjoy using it. It's my favorite thing to do with the scout. And that, Slipstream, you're not fooling no one. This isn't no party where you dress up like a different person. Or wait, are you possibly a drag queen? Questions, questions, questions. And we will not find out the answer because we put a null ray bullet right in her back. So she goes bye-bye. And this game will come to test your patience after a while. You think everything's going all fun and dandy until you're up 2-0, and then all of a sudden the tides turn and the Decepticons make a push. But it's typical for the Decepticons to do that, and I did take out that guy pretty quickly there, or that girl I should say, pretty quickly there with the Scout's vehicle form, which is a very underrated vehicle form. If you ever find yourself in a bit of a snafu, I find myself in a lot of a snafu a lot of the time with the Scout, just because I never play these guys. I just don't find them as useful as anybody else on the battlefield. And I was kind of mad right there. I was like, oh my gosh, I had the energon recharger. How did I die? But things do go wrong a lot with the Scout. You gotta be patient. You gotta pick and choose your battles, and you have the ability to get out of there. I use the fuel efficiency because I love covering wide areas in a quick amount of time, kind of like a, I don't know, a biker, maybe Lance Armstrong, who knows. but has he even raced without steroids? Maybe he has. Who cares? This has nothing to do with that. And Jazz, I'm always blinding myself. If I could have 2 perks on, it would be that fuel efficiency and that EMP blinder, because I am always throwing those things in the face of my opponent and blinding both of us to no avail. And then here you always run into that trouble where it's like, you can't pick up the bomb, but that's when you usually go down for the club. And this is where they're kind of on a little spree. I don't have the best of spawns here, and the scouts not really the best in helping out to defuse the bomb unless you can get the kill instantly and then cloak. But scientists just come in there, they use their shockwave, and you get blown back and you have no chance of defusing that thing. So here they're starting to mount a comeback, but I am not going to let that happen, or at least I think I am not going to, but I kind of am with that poor decision there. In every game, you got to make kind of the decisions that you can, you know, control yourself, the mental ones, not like the, oh shoot, I missed the guy, you know, melee, he made a good move on me, but kind of like, should I go up there? There's a turret up there, decision, and don't make that. Go back, defend, and help your teammates out where you guys can fight together. That is my best recommendation for any game, not only Transformers. And here I got a little bit of help from my teammate, and it's called Warcry, and it's pretty much a dose of invincibility. So I'm going to try to quickscope. I think I clipped them a little bit because they gave me credit for an assist, or they're kind of like, Mungry, you know what, you never play scout, you're not that good at a scout, so we're going to give you a little bit of help here and just say you hit him with the null ray. So I appreciate it, High Moon Studios. You have been good to me, and I love your games. Thank you very much. So we got a cluster of scientists right here, and nothing worse for a scout than a scientist. They got those sentry guns, the drain, shockwave, anything they use always will hit you. They are definitely the worst people to fight as a scout, in my opinion. I prefer soldiers because they make a huge target, but here I got my Energon Battle Pistol going to work, and I use Energon Battle Pistol, Null Ray for the most part. Sometimes I'll use the Plasma Cannon, but I like those 2 rifles, if you were to say the Sniper and the Battle Pistol, because they are both high damage weapons, but they do take quite a bit of skill to use, and you have to be accurate with them. If you can keep your cursor in the middle and kind of just control your guy, make him elusive and line up the opponent like that, I definitely recommend using that sort of style. And if you can be Jazz and you can be smooth as Jazz, I definitely recommend that kind of style as well. That's not really a tip, more or less a motto to live by. And here we go, we got ourselves a blue paint job, my favorite coating, and I got lucky there not falling to oblivion, but that's okay because I'm about to bust a move as Jazz, or bust some Deceptic creeps face in, whatever comes first, because my soldier is pushing this bomb forward, and I'm going to be trying to be my most peskiest at this time, and really just shoot him in the back as much as possible. And right here, I'm guessing my soldier got kicked back by a shockwave, because otherwise it's like, you didn't need a hall pass to go down there, we were right here at the bathroom, or the bomb detonation place, and you can release your fluids right here and kill everybody. But why do that when you can get some more killing in of some Decepticons, right? So I'm on my way down here to go get the bomb, and I don't know what that whole bit was about releasing fluids. Don't release the fluids in your own base. Trust me, your teammates will not like that. So I got taken out, I got owned, so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such a long drive. But I gotta get over there as quick as possible. These scouts, they're pretty fast, but they don't have like a speed boost like the leader or the jet does. I still think they're a little bit faster, but the Jazz or the scout is a little bit more agile and has a little bit more versatility going side to side, which is always good. The quickness is his attribute, and you got to use it to your advantage. And it's also nice when you can finally throw those EMPs in the face of a Decepticon and not get yourself. So I'm getting shockwaved out of there, but the bomb goes kaboom, and the game is over anyways. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to leave a comment, leave a rating, and subscribe for more Transformers. Have a good day, everyone.